So I lift my arms up high above my head and spread my fingers wide, and I just kind of walk towards it, and
Oh, it's definitely noticed you. Can you roll an intimidation check, please?
G'day, it's me, New Zealander, and also comedian Steve Wrigley, aka Wrigglemania. I have just spent the last couple of weeks recording some D&D sessions with some stand-up comics, and I was like, well, I've got a Twitch channel, I've got a YouTube channel that I've neglected for the last 4 years since I started it. I should probably start uploading this content. It's really great. This is our first episode. Just so you know, this is a world of my creation. It's called Twillgonne. It's an anagram of Wellington. The city I grew up in, the city that I love, the city that I miss now that I live here in the United States. If you're from Wellington, you'll probably recognize a lot of place names and local references that we've crowbarred in here. We are using Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rules, if you're familiar with those. We certainly are not, and are definitely figuring them out as we go. I have left everything in here, warts and all, because I really enjoy unedited D&D content. I find listening to players figure out what the specific rules are for specific situations helps give me a better understanding of the game. Luckily for us, my good buddy Greg Ellis is playing. He plays Daniel Underbow, a halfling barbarian in this campaign. He is a legendary D&D player and has encyclopedic knowledge of everything from first edition to where we are now. So he's great to consult whenever we really find ourselves in trouble. I also have Josh Thompson, who you might have seen on the new Legends of Monkey on Netflix, playing a Dragonborn bard. He does great work with that. My good friend Jared Christmas has a stand-up special out at the moment. You can check the links to find that. It's on Vimeo. He's one of the most well-known comics in the UK. Great guy, very funny. Plays a half-orc warlock called Gak Thundercloud. I believe Josh Thompson's Dragonborn Bard's name changes at least 3 times over the first few sessions that we recorded, but he eventually settles on Noel Treeming. I'm not sure where we're at now, but that's where we wind up. Look, this is a heaps of fun to record. Like I say, we're sticking to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rules, but as far as the world and the lore are concerned, it's a world of my own imagination. The lore in the world is of my own imagination, so we play fast and loose with how Raising the Dead works, with where magic comes from, and just the general sort of lore and the backstory, all plucked out of my own head. We're trying to have a bit of a laugh with this, but we also want to get down to some good old-fashioned D&D, roll some dice and tell some fun stories. This is our first ep. There's no video in this ep, it's just audio. We're using an application called Roll20. It's on roll20.net, which makes D&Ding, if you're new to it, much easier. I really enjoy myself a bit of Roll20. So it's just the visuals and audio. This is only an hour long, this first one. It's literally just a group of adventurers meeting in a tavern, having a few laughs, heading out, and I think we have a bit of a fight right at the end there, spoiler alert. And then once we get into our second session, I had video up and running for everybody. So please stick with this, check it out. As we get better, we get more fluid we have a good time. We have someone else will join the cast a few eps in. We have Donna Brookbanks, one of my favorite comics from New Zealand. She'll be jumping in with her tiefling a little bit down the line, but this is it. Ep 1, 1 hour. A group of heroes meet in a tavern. Please enjoy.
So now we just need to kind of come up with a kind of, do we want all of you to sort of have already met and we just quickly kind of come up with kind of how you guys know each other, or are we going to go into the moment that you all meet each other, each with a different reason to be here at the Wood's Edge Inn?
What about these two were hired by my father for a job, and then when they finished the job and left the castle, I snuck out and joined them?
Okay, so your
Yeah.
dad hired Daniel and Apre Ustau.
I have a name now if you want to.
Oh, yes, please. What is it?
Oh.
What is
I
it?
spent the entire time thinking about it, and it makes me laugh every time. But it's not very good. It's Dean.
What? Sven.
Dean. Dean.
So Sven Dean.
Glen.
Oh, Glenn.
Then Dean.
Glenn Dean.
Glenn
Okay. Dean.
Okay, I like it.
Glenn Dean.
Just keeping it real.
It's or should I be like Windwinder or something?
Oh, fuck no.
Glenn
Follow
Windwinder?
your
Perfect,
bliss.
mate.
Follow your bliss.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Glenn Dean is
I've gone very deep.
Glenn Dean. Glenn Dean is great. Okay, so so let's go ahead and say that the three of you are sitting around in the Woods Edge Inn. Whip Tackle Puller, the tavern keeper, has just bought 3 ales over for you guys. The job that you were doing for Gak's dad, and let me just kind of think, like I kind of like the idea that you actually your family kind of live in this town somewhere. But yeah, the job that you were doing for Gak's dad was kind of going and retrieving some livestock that wandered off. There's a local, just like he had to go out and find a pig, wound up. Turns out they were they'd been nicked by a couple of kobolds who were going to eat it. It was his favorite horse. You guys managed to grab it, bring it back, and now Crizzo, Gak, Thundercloud, just as you guys were kind of walking out the door, went, "Hey, do you guys want to go? I'll buy you guys a drink or something."
You guys need a shitty warlock to tag along with you?
Is there anything to
I'll
sort of get out of
fucking
here?
drink your piss. I'll drink your piss, mate.
Alright.
I shall buy you
Right.
drinks. Pick your brains.
You're gonna drink his piss.
I'll drink anything if it's free. I'm not a fussy man. A fussy man's a fucking thirsty man.
I think he's gonna buy us some booze. You should drink his. Yeah, we'll have your booze, mate. Thank you.
Yes.
Drink his piss.
All right. So the
Don't
three of
be
you.
Such a press. I'm sitting here. Look at this. Here I am, the 3 biggest guys in the whole fucking room. Look at this.
I mean, the good news is I'm going to order 2 full drinks and a half.
So the half's for you, is that?
It is actually.
Good, because I don't want you fucking patronizing me like a fucking racist.
No, I don't
Well,
want you
fucking-
hitting me in the nuts.
Yeah, fucking get you with me war pick. Don't you fucking worry.
Okay, so
Place is dead.
so you go over to the innkeeper, Christmas. You grab, you order 2 full ales and a half ale. The innkeeper comes over to the table, places a full ale in front of Gak, a full ale in front of Glenn, and then assumes that the half ale must be for the halfling and places it in front of you, Daniel.
Wait, you, the one in the apron. There's a fucking problem here. Let's see if you can work it out.
The innkeeper sort of looks a little bit confused and kind of is looking at the 3 mugs on the table, and it's thinking that he must have like forgotten something for the order, but generally can't. He can't. He figures he's got everything correct.
I use sleight of hand and swap the cups.
Okay, well, let's get our first roll of the day out and crack out a little sleight of hand check for me.
Am I rolling?
Yeah, and what I would love you guys to do after you roll is just look in that chat window and immediately call out the result when you see it, just so it's nice and
Come on,
crisp.
chat window.
Chat's
Right,
that
I'm
little...
rolling a d20.
Yep!
Ready? Here it comes. 19. Come on.
19. And then if you actually on your character sheet even, like this is fine, like 19 you definitely successfully do it. But on your character sheet, if you just click sleight of hand, it like it'll automatically
Adds your bonus to it.
roll it and add your bonus. But this is
Okay,
fine.
right.
Like your bonus is what? 3? Oh yeah, there you go. Boom.
Just done it again.
But it was fine. Yeah, so you are definitely able to, all of a sudden, Daniel, you look down at the table and the half full tankard of ale that was in front of you now appears to be full.
Great magic. Look at that. And I'm not even hammered.
There's
Alright,
no
well,
problem here.
About your way, bar wench.
The innkeeper is just as mystified as everyone else, and whip tackle puller goes back behind the bar and kind of confusedly just starts cleaning glasses. There's not a lot else going on in the tavern at this stage. There's one guy just quietly like nursing a drink in the corner. Otherwise, it's pretty much dead. It's just the three of you sitting around having a drink.
Guys, can you take me on an adventure, please? I need to get away from this place. Please take me on an adventure.
Do we know that? Do we know him?
No, he's the son of the person that you guys just did a job for, retrieving a horse.
Sorry, right. Who are you?
I'm Gak Thundercloud. I'm the son of Trevor. You just did a job for.
Mm.
I'll level with you. He's not proud of me, and I've escaped. I don't want to go back. So, can I go with you guys, please?
So, wait a minute. I just want to clarify something. Like, your dad is not an orc, and yet you're green. So, does that mean your mother likes, if you know what I'm saying?
My mother was a grey orc, and my tinge is more grey than green.
So, your dad? Well, fuck me. Not, actually. What do you reckon?
I pretty much think my dad Trevor will put it in anything. And that's why I'm here.
Do you have more money for piss?
You know that horse you guys rescued? Pretty sure my dad's done it.
I wondered what was on its back half. I fucking wondered. There was a mystery secretion. Now that's all solved.
What happened there? Oh, I fell out there. Sorry.
Fell out of what? Of Discord.
Someone's bum? No, I just I fell out of I fell out of I don't know. I fell out of Discord. There we go. Back in.
All right, thank God.
Here's the thing, Gak. We could deal with a hand with our next adventure, but we're kind of low on cash. So if you can pony up a bit of coin, I noticed you got quite a fancy sort of cloak on. I'll take that. And any sort of, I think if you give us a little bit of
what size feet have you got? Those are
Not
nice
mistake
shoes.
me for an easy touch. I have stolen money from my father. I can fund our next journey. Don't be touching my clothes.
What about that hanky?
I draw my dagger.
Oh, the rich boy's got a little pig sticker. What about this? And I'll brandish my pick.
Do I pull out my bagpipes?
It's up to
I'll
you.
hop down off my chair, which is a bit of a struggle because it's much taller than I am, and then I'll waddle over and I'll tower beneath him, even though he's sitting down, and go, "Don't you be pulling weaponry out of the table. People might get a bad idea about things." But I like him. He's got more spunk than his old man.
My old man spent his spunk everywhere. Happened.
Well, this is all making me very thirsty. I reckon.
Ordered 3 more drinks.
Okay,
I'm happy to-
I chucked a bunch of extra gold into your inventory as well, Christmas, like on the assumption that you just nicked a bunch from your dad. But yeah, you order 3 more rounds from the barkeep. Let's imagine that you've kind of got a tab open, and when you guys are done here, we'll just we'll settle that up. But if you signal to the barkeep to bring 3 more rounds over, this time he walks back over, but with 3 full glasses this time, so as not to make the same mistake. He just puts 3 full ales all down on the table and kind of walks off, sort of muttering to himself.
Okay, can you guys hear me? I just come up with a mic warning.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Cool.
Discord will
Very
do that
clear.
every now and then.
All right.
What's this? Oh, yeah, go, Josh.
I feel like I feel like it's worth getting this guy in, but I'm not sure if I can trust him.
I can hear you.
Can I do a perception check? Oh, you can hear me? Oh, okay.
Were you saying that out loud?
I don't know.
You don't typically.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, you can roll a perception check, and I'll tell you a couple of things. But I mean, you were here for most of us
Is that
rolling
weird
up the
for me?
character, so there's not really any
Okay.
secrets for you to learn.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, if you're gonna fund our if you're gonna toss us a bit of coin, then I think we might as well. What do you think?
It's my father's coin.
Well, we'll spend his fucking spunk money. I've got no problem with that. Yes, you're in, little fella.
Very much, big guy.
All right.
What's the dude in the corner doing?
Roll a perception check for me. Oh, actually, roll an investigation check. Or maybe insight. Would that be insight?
It probably would be. That was my investigation.
That's fine. You rolled a 19 anyway.
My jam.
The guy the guy sitting in the corner is kind of just like sort of slowly muttering to himself. You hear him sort of uttering words like 4th time this week, and that fucking road is nothing but trouble, and he seems to be sort of generally complaining about the local authorities' ability to maintain safety on the road that heads north. He's generally just cursing and muttering under his breath, and is clearly a troubled individual.
Sounds like we've got our first job.
I will grab Gak's beer in my own, hop back off my stool again, and waddle over to him and put the beer down in front of him. Reach up and put it on top of the table.
Okay. Can you give me a charisma check, please? Just a flat charisma one.
Yeah, it'll be flat.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a 16.
You despite the fact that like the table is at eye level for you, and it's very hard to see where you're placing the drink. You manage to kind of pop it down right in his eye line. He looks at the drink, looks up at you, and it's sort of the first time he lets out like a little smile, like a little touch of good fortune has come his way, and he says, can I assume that this is for me to drink? That's very, very kind of you, sir.
You look like you've had a fucking hard day.
Oh, I certainly have. I was making my way down here from Mount Victoria, and with a small bag of some very fine trinkets and goods that were going to be sold by a local merchant, only to be beset upon by a group of bandits who this is the third or 4th time in as many weeks that I've been robbed trying to make my way south down here, and now I've got nothing to sell, no wares, nothing about me, and just a couple of silvers to rub together, stuck down here in fucking Thorndon of all places, in the middle of the bloody woods.
Fucking bar ambience took a turn.
Before the dog in.
Fucking dog in.
Yeah, a dog comes into the tavern and immediately starts yapping and squealing, and the gentleman calls the dog over and says, "All right now, all right then, Barney. All right, Barney, settle down." The innkeeper says, "No dogs in here."
I wander over to the two of them, and tell me the location. We shall get back your trinkets.
And he says, "Oh well, I couldn't tell you exactly where my trinkets are now. What I can tell you is I was maybe quarter of a day, half a day away from making it to the town on the road north, and I was jumped by bandits again. They gave me a choice, me money or me life, so I decided to hand over everything I had, still alive. God knows where they've made off to now with all of my bits and pieces, but I'm sure if you follow the road north long enough, you'll eventually come upon them."
Let's do that.
Absolutely. I tell you what, we get your trinkets back, I get your dog.
He looks at you, looks at the dog, looks at you again, and says, "As like for like a horse, like
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He sort of looks again at
Look
you.
at the size of that thing. It must be a Great Dane or a Mastiff, surely. It's huge.
Well, actually, it's a pug.
You shut up, rich boy.
He kind of just like sort of nods quietly to himself. You don't really know if that means he's agreed to your terms or not. But he's
fucking agreed. I'm taking that dog. Well, I'm in.
I clap my hands with glee.
I've been watching.
Can you tone down the autistic displays of excitement just a smidge? Just bring it down just a little bit. We don't need the clapping and running around.
I really want to go on an adventure.
All right.
Oh, fuck me. Oh.
The gentleman kind of he gets up and says, "Well, it looks like my
Hell of a dog.
what name did I give the dog? I've immediately forgotten."
I don't know, but mine's kicking off again.
Yeah, that's the thing. So he goes, "Oh, it sounds like Kenneth needs to go outside." So he grabs his dog by the lead and kind of makes his way out the front door of the tavern, presumably to toilet his dog. There's so you guys have got trouble on the road north. You don't necessarily have to do that. It's entirely up to you guys, kind of where you go from here.
I say that I would like to leave this establishment. It's very dirty, and I want to get my hands dirty because of adventuring, not because a barkeep cannot clean the tables.
While these two have been talking, I asked the barkeep if I can have a couple of bottles of hard liquor just to take with me on the rich guy's tab. Is that okay?
Yeah, roll a sort of persuasion check there.
Okay. Do I just press persuasion?
Yeah, you just click persuasion and it'll take care of everything for you.
Fuck.
That's all right. So the bartender just kind of looks up from what he's doing and kind of yells in your direction, Gak Thundercloud. And you can't see much because there's a 7-foot tall Dragonborn in the way of whatever he's motioning at. But he just kind of is pointing generally down and just looks at you and says, "Is this all right? Is this okay?"
You can have one.
You can't really see what it is, but yeah, if you just yell back, he can have one. He pushes a bottle of. You can just put add into your inventory, which is pretty easy to do there. Tomo, you just kind of go down to the bottom. There's a little plus there, and Oh, actually, would bottles of booze be? Hold on. Would they be in the
Equipment?
There's a glass bottle. Is like booze or alcohol like a thing that I can just find? No. Okay. Yeah, you can just put one very expensive bottle of unknown booze, but he just kind of shifts a bottle towards you and you take it. So Gak, it could have been anything from one more ale to you don't know what, but Tomo, you grab it and shove it in your pack.
Is it the weight thing? Is it pounds? It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was that? 1 pound?
Just put it in as 1 pound. Yeah, it's quite a big.
Okay.
It's quite a big, sizable bottle of booze that you've managed to snag there.
Good.
But I mean, honestly, Gak is good for it. So.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Will that be all? Or you guys want to settle up your tab or keep on drinking? A choice is yours.
I walk over to him and just drop however many coins it requires.
Yeah. So he said, "Oh, it's just super plus the bottle there, and the other thing carry the one. That'll be all up. I'm looking at about four gold and a couple of silver.
Have 5 gold. Spend the extra cleaning this place up.
Alrighty.
Get yourself a cloth.
So you can see in your inventory there down the side, there's like the bronze, the silver, platinum, and then gold. I'll do it for you now real quick. I've just taken your gold down by 5. And what else did you say there? Did you throw any extra silver at him, or was that... Sorry, I was busy looking at something.
No, I just rounded it up to 5 GP.
Right, cool. He says, oh, thank you very much. And he immediately gets to the business of sort of putting on a show of cleaning, but not really doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like he's sort of making it look like he's kind of cleaning a little bit more furiously than he was before, but it's definitely just performative cleaning.
I shake my head and walk out.
Alrighty. When you walk outside, you see a gentleman yelling at his dog and saying, "For God's sake, why'd you have to shit right there?" And he immediately starts scooping the poop that the dog did into a small knapsack. And there's a sign that sort of says, "No toileting." In this area, so he's just sort of generally just continuing to have a bad day. Do the two of you want to follow him out?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Daniel will waddle out.
All right, so the three of you are all outside the tavern now.
That's a very nice looking dog. That's a very handsome looking dog. Well trained. Shits on command.
Well, you're more than welcome to take him off my hands if you could do what I've asked of you. Looking around, you guys kind of see like there's a road that leads off out of town that kind of heads off to the west. Christmas, you know that road pretty well. It really is just a long, winding road that heads off to sort of the western regions of Twillgonne. It's pretty awful. Down to the south, you sort of would be heading further through the town that you've all just been hanging out in, the town of Thorndon. The road that heads off to the east, you all would know heads in the direction of Woodridge, and you see a couple of guards who are both busily watching the northern road.
Just march up the northern road and shout behind me, "Come on, let's adventure!"
You guys watch this kind of semi-clueless half orc just start striding off in the direction of the.
This motherfucker's gonna get absolutely pasted. Right then. Wait up!
Shall we go wait for us?
You.
So you
I've got bone spurs, you motherfucker. Slow down.
You waddle off after him. As you walk past the guards, Gak, one of them, kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, there's Mr. Thundercloud. Was your father aware that you're leaving town?" He looks kind of slightly nervous and shuffles from side to side.
I know this guard's name. I recognize him, right?
Yes, this is Philip. You know him. We don't need to roll any checks for that.
Yes, Philip. Father has sent me with these two gentlemen to fetch some banditos.
Okay, I'm going to need you to roll a persuasion check on that, because this is very unusual for your father to be okay with you going anywhere.
I've got a persuasion thing, haven't I?
Yep.
I didn't take it.
You've got your persuasion.
You still have the skill.
Yeah.
Won't be
And have the bonus.
You should still be in that lift.
Yeah, you've got a +3 bonus to it. Like you're pretty good with it because of your charisma being so high.
So I click on
just persuasion. Yeah.
You just
it
have
is.
a word.
Get cute.
The guard looks at you and says, I can understand your father wanting this incredibly large lizard-like gentleman to head north to look after bandits. I have no idea why anyone would send a small child that way, but it's no concern of mine.
Right, no, that's fucking your fucking well out of line, you
Jesus.
motherfucker. And I will go striding up to him and stand beneath him, but look at him directly in the stomach because I refuse to look up at people and go, I will tell you a fucking few things about me. I am no fucking child. That is the first thing. The second thing is I fuck shit up on a daily basis. The third thing is I do not like you with your poncy voice.
Roll
and
an
your
intimidation
fucking
check.
name. I'm quite good at that. Not today.
He looks down at you and says, I'm sorry, but shouldn't you be in school?
Philip, not be rude to my friend. He is a world-renowned barbarian. Let us pass.
Can I squeeze through? Is that all right? Can I just move to the front? Now, just sorry about the mechanics. Do I, as me, talk about what I'm going to do before I do it?
You just do it kind of in real time. You can just say, hey, look, I want to do this, and just do it. The same way Greg did just want.
Can I squeeze just in between the guard and these other two?
Yeah.
You can step over me.
Yeah.
I step over Daniel, hit him a little bit with my balls. Can I talk to Philip? Is that right? Philip? Is that right? It's Philip, is that right?
It's Philip. It is Philip. He's kind of when he's like looking up at you, so he's just gone from looking down at this halfling to up at you.
Yeah. So my friend he's not actually a child, so he finds us quite. It's good, but he's got a bit of a thing about it, right? And
it's fucking discriminatory.
Yeah, all right, Daniel. Now I'm not actually a dragon. I mean, I'm not actually a lizard either. I'm a dragon. So everyone's just on edge now. I know that the road up here has some problems.
I'm gonna fucking belt you in the nuts.
Okay, I'm on your side, mate. Okay, Philip.
No, not
have you heard anything? Philip,
work your magic. Work your fucking magic.
Now, Phil. What can you tell us what's happening up this road? We've heard some disturbing reports, and we thought we might be able to do something about it. Have you heard anything that's been happening up here?
Can you just roll a persuasion check there as well, just to see how much you've kind of managed to bring this guy around to?
17.
Yeah. Okay. So he kind of it's a weird mixture of being a little bit terrified, but also kind of charmed by you, because and he says, absolutely, yes, actually. Me and Kenneth over there.
Hi, Kenneth.
It's got the same fucking name as a dog. You're named after a dog, mate.
Listen, I've only got a few.
After a dog. You and your friend, who's more of a vowel, a verb, is what you do to a fucking bucket. You Philip. Fuck. Punch you in a clacker.
You're undoing so much of Tomo's hard work here. He says, there's no need to be rude to Kenneth, all right? It's constantly an issue for him to be named after Brett's dog, but in any case, we were charged with heading out of town to find out what the story was with those bandits. If you all want to go and take a look before we do, I guess our skin may or may not be spared, and who am I to stand in your way? Mr. Thundercloud, I didn't see you.
Up the road.
I don't know that you're here. You just fuck off. You just start walking off.
He's not fucking talking to you anymore. He's fucking walked off. And so am I. You watch this. This is me walking away, you motherfucker.
And Gek, as you walk away,
blowjob sailors.
As you walk off, you kind of hear him yell after you, like, "We never saw you. You weren't here." So the three of you kind of make your way off out the road. The village is now like a wee ways sort of behind you. It's off in the distance, and you're out on the road. By the way, it's about 2:00 in the afternoon now. So you guys could get in like kind of a half day's traveling. But like at the moment, you're at the start of the open road. So how you guys want to proceed as you travel is
I can see in the dark. I'm cool.
Oh yeah, you can too.
I can see in the dark. I think, or maybe I can't.
Do you have dark vision or night vision?
I might not be able to.
In any case, the two of you who are sort of semi-skilled adventurers are watching this half orc just confidently, like with incredible false confidence, he's just striding off up the road, kind of whimsically looking for danger, I guess.
What the fuck? It's just
Can I cast a cantrip?
Absolutely.
Can I cast? Can I cast the image of a person?
Yeah. What spell would that be?
Minor illusion.
Yeah. What is the minor
Create
illusion?
An image can't create.
That last letter isn't the illusion.
Is that right? Can I cast an image of a person? Is that minor illusion? Does that allow me to do that?
It might be too big. Oh no, as long as it would have to be a short human because it can only be 5 foot square.
Yeah.
So it could be taller than Daniel, but not.
Okay.
I think I mean, it's not real short, but.
Can I?
You can create the image of an object. It must be no larger than a 5-foot cube.
And so can I either cast an image or a sound? I can't do both. Yes, the image can't create sound.
Yeah.
Okay then.
And I also don't think because of it, it's only a minor illusion. I don't think the person will be walking. It would just be sort of drifting in front of you.
Okay. Okay. Can I cast someone else's voice? Can I cast Gek's father's voice?
Yeah. You would know it because you were doing a job for him, so you certainly can cast his voice. Saying what?
So Gek is going off into the distance, and so from a bush that's slightly ahead of him, I make his father's voice say, "What are you doing?"
just a flat. What are you doing? Gek, you hear your dad's voice. Say the one thing no son wants to hear from his dad ever. What are you doing? From the bushes in front of you.
I immediately attack the bush.
Like fight it?
Draw my dagger and I leap into the bush.
Okay, can you roll just a flat attack with your dagger, please? All you got to do is click on dagger and
Oh, really?
Yep.
It's just so easy.
Yep.
Keep on dagger, guys.
Oh, not in your inventory, in the attacks and spellcasting box. You'll see you've got poison spray, burning hands, dagger, light crossbow, and scimitar.
Yeah, it's just above it.
Kind of all there. So like just here. These are your actions that you can perform.
And which one am I meant to be on?
This is on your character sheet.
Yes.
So you see
Where's
in this
that?
box here that I'm.
Yes.
Yeah. Just go there. So that's the
It's at the
difference.
top. Buttes and abilities.
Oh no, right, it's in the middle. It's in the middle.
No, you need to click on
Can you-
character sheet. It will
Oh,
tell
I
you
see
at
it.
the
I
top.
see it. Dagger. Done.
Yeah.
3. Okay.
Okay, you leap confidently towards the bush, but kind of trip and fall, and sort of stab at the ground next to it. You're kind of just sort of on the you're on the ground with a dagger sort of lodged in the earth at this point. And immediately
Scream,
after
"Come out,
doing
father! Show yourself, father!"
Well,
It's
we sort
nothing,
of catch
it's
up and go, and I say, it's probably better if we walk as a group, so that you might get distracted by things like bushes. Also,
And don't,
why are you trying to stab your dad?
you've got because
You loved by your father?
I can't really remember, to be honest.
You've
Good
that
for
one
you.
fucking hatched out of a fucking egg.
That's
The
right.
thing
I was
about-
what.
The thing is, I once talked to a prostitute, and she told me that men who stab things with daggers, the dagger stands for something else. So if you're stabbing your dad with a dagger, I think you want to bone him. And I'm not about. This is not your fucking therapy session. We've got a job to do. So if you want to work through your daddy issues,
Stand up and I dust myself down, clean my dagger off, resheath it, and pretend like nothing happened. Okay, where to next?
fuck. If I don't get that fucking dog, I'm holding you responsible for it. Right. Yes. Let's
Keep going,
all
Wolf.
proceed forward as a
Okay.
group,
All right.
princess.
Can I get all of you to roll a perception check, please?
Oh,
Okay.
fuck. Oh, this one.
Oh, come
That's
on.
It's a
I
two.
rolled a 6. I got 6.
Rolled a 3?
Oh, look, a fucking squirrel. Look at that. There's fucking squirrels in the tree. Do you want to go and stab that with your knife? Look at that.
What did you roll, Christmas?
3?
Your one says 20.
Yeah.
Mine says
Oh, yeah.
20.
Look at the chat window. I think it's because everyone rolled dice at the same time. So those 3D dice,
Okay.
like it would have blocked it
Yeah.
out. Always go by whatever it says in that chat window. But you rolled a 20? Okay. Well, yeah, you can see it there in the chat window. It says perception 20. With a 2 from Daniel and a 6 from Josh. You're about to prove your worth. So while these two idiots are kind of just generally looking around the forest, as you stand,
fucking squirrel, look at it. It's so fucking. That's a bushy tail on that one. Look at that. That'd be good eating.
but as you stand up and dust yourself off, Gak, you kind of notice like just sort of off in the trees, there's like a large shape lumbering around in the forest just off to your west. You can't fully make out what it is, sort of in between the thickness of all of the trees, but there is definitely something large lumbering around deep in the woods there.
Okay.
By the
I
way, when these
inform-
things happen, oh, you inform them. Yeah, I was going to say when things like this happen, just as also so you know as well, Tomo. Like if you notice something, what you guys notice, like, and what I describe to you guys as like players, what your characters know and understand are two different things. So you can notice something and choose to keep it to yourself, or you can share it with the group, and then everyone kind of has to act accordingly. So just because Jared has spotted a bear or a wolf or some kobolds creeping up on him or whatever, it doesn't necessarily mean you all have. You know what I mean? Anyway, proceed.
So I inform the others, point in the direction of it, and again draw my dagger. That is my arcane focus.
Okay.
Right. Maybe I might try and sneak a little bit closer. See if I can get my eyes on it. I'll unholster me pick.
Okay.
And sneak over.
Roll a stealth check.
Right, you are. Now, what do I naturally stealthy? Oh no, that's hiding. All right, here we go. That's a 14, I believe.
Not bad.
Yes, it's a 14.
All right, you sneak a little bit like closer to the edge of the tree line, sort of staying quiet as you go, and you did really well there. Staying quiet as you go. You get close enough that you don't disturb whatever it is, like lumbering and lummoxing around out there. And as you sort of peer a little bit closer, you realize that sort of what you're looking at is a big old angry old black bear that is just sort of it's just not really doing anything. It's just kind of wandering sort of around in the woods, probably looking for a meal. You're not entirely sure, but it has not noticed you. You are aware of it.
I will try doing some sort of commando hand signals where I will make the signal for what I think is bear.
Can you roll a
I'll go.
Check, please?
Roll a what?
Roll a performance check, please.
Oh yeah, this will be great.
Wow!
Wow!
It's
So
frighteningly accurate.
For the two of you, Gak and Glenn, you watch as this little halfling creeps closer to the tree line and then turns around and just starts waving his hands around at what at first you think is an incoherent display. But as you look closer, you really do get the gist that what he is accurately describing to you through mime is this giant, that there is in fact a giant black bear deep in the woods. See, this is why being able to get the cams up would be pretty good. That was pretty funny.
And I'm really tempted to give you a round of applause.
Go right ahead.
I see him go to start clapping, and I'm like, nah.
And I stop.
Oh,
And can I creep up next to him using my stealth?
yeah, roll a stealth check.
I've got good stealth, guys. Roll?
Yep, get it out there.
Yeah.
Yep, again,
15.
you manage to creep up next to the little halfling, and as you peer into the woods, yes, you do in fact notice that there is a black bear kind of it's moving in your direction. Not that it's noticed you, but it is kind of slowly starting to make its way towards where the two of you are. It is currently...
Only we had someone who had some sort of ability with animals. The group.
Shall I daintily stealth over as well?
Yeah, it's about 40 feet in
Okay.
front of you guys. So yeah, roll a stealth check as well there, Tomo.
Okay.
You, without even making a
21.
sound, managed to sneak up.
Float.
Literally float across the ground next to your two companions. And yeah, now the three of you all huddled around a tree. You've got Daniel's head poking out about 3 feet from the ground. Then much higher above that, another 3 feet above that, there's the head of a half orc, and then above that, the giant head of a dragonborn.
Okay, guys. I've got a bit of skill with animals, and it looks like a classic, probably a northern a dark bear. I'll just go and just I want to go and chat to it. Oh, can I talk to animals? No.
No, but
I can't.
So, do you want to do anything or stop him? But at the moment, Glenn is kind of looks like he's making to stride towards this bear.
Let him.
Yes.
I will immediately hide.
Okay. How does the hide action work?
So it's a stealth check, basically, and it's my stealth check versus its passive perception to see if it notices me if it comes towards me.
Okay, so yeah, roll a stealth check for hiding.
And do I get advantage? No. I can attempt to hide even when I'm obscured. Oh yeah, I can hide behind people.
Or you
here we
can
go.
climb a tree or whatever. Yeah, awesome. So you easily manage to tuck yourself in behind the trunk of the tree that you're all crowded behind, and you are currently hidden. Do I have a little marker I could use for that? Oh yeah, look at that. There you go. I put a little ninja guy on there to indicate that you are hiding.
Just watching what's unfolding. I'm watching it intensely.
Tomo, you're striding towards the bear, and
so, the main thing is to look big when you're dealing with a bear. So I lift my arms up high above my head and spread my fingers wide, and I just kind of walk towards it. And I'll get quite close, probably about a meter away, and I think it notices me.
Oh, it's definitely noticed you. Can you roll an intimidation check, please?
Sure.
You stride towards the bear with your arms stretched out wide and your mouth open, making loud bear-like noises. In return, the bear does exactly the same thing, and I need you to roll for initiative. Which means we're about to head into combat. So initiative is when we go into the combat round. Like when the DM essentially says we need to roll for, I need you to roll for initiative. It means that we've now moved into somewhat of a combat phase. Your miserable 2 there is going to wind up.
It was a 5. It was a 5. Sorry.
I mean that's not.
It's not gonna. Well, I can't see this intimidate. What did you say? Inception?
Initiative. It's pretty easy to find. Again, if you look at my screen here, I'll give you a quick little look-see as to where it is.
I see. Sorry, it's like a square. Yeah, gotcha.
My shitty initiative, right?
Yeah.
There.
I'm going to roll initiative.
Okay.
Wow. Well, you guys are both hiding behind that tree, so it makes sense.
And is mine right at the top next to armor class?
Yes, that's initiative. You just click the initiative word there.
You click on the word.
Nice
one.
18.
Let me just roll for the bear.
Cuddle the bear.
All right. So our turn order for combat. Josh, you're going to get to go first. Then the bear is going to go, and then Daniel, and then Gak, Thundercloud is going to go. So our turn order is Josh, Bear, Daniel, Gak. So when we're in combat, Tomo, you can move up to, and just to give you a rough idea of how far, the way I've organized this map is. A character like yourself can move 3 squares. Each square represents 10 feet, and you can move 30 feet. So sort of anywhere within this kind of radius that I'm kind of tracing here is where you can move to. So essentially, you can kind of move as far back as the others. But in a combat turn, if I'm correct about this, Greg, you get to make a movement, an action, and if you have any, a bonus action.
Correct. Right? But you can break your movement up. So you can move some and then attack or take an action and then move more. Or you can do your action before you move. It can happen in any order you like.
So am I within striking distance?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You've just finished like walking towards a bear with your hands outstretched and gone,
Okay.
"Ah!" But
Okay.
in return, the bear has gone, "Ah!"
Okay, I realize this has gone horribly wrong.
Yes.
So I pull out my rapier,
Yep.
and I thrust with it.
Okay. Roll an attack with your rapier.
Poor bear, it's not even his fault. Just walking along.
16?
16?
Yep. So you managed to hit it. So to roll damage, by the way, this is the really cool thing about this, and what makes it really cool is when you want to roll damage. So when I say you've hit, so that 16 is to hit, you've got to be above the creature's armor class, which you are.
Yeah.
All you've got to do to roll damage is roll your little cursor over the rapier, over the thing you've damaged with, and click that, and it will automatically roll your damage and add all of your shit. Oh, really? That's my favorite feature of this whole situation.
That's fucking the business.
Yeah.
So have I done that already?
No, you've
No.
rolled to hit it. You've now
Yeah.
successfully hit it.
Oh,
now
so
you
now
have
I
to roll
just-
to see how much damage you do to it.
Am I rolling? I just press the rapier, the thing you just did then.
Yep. Just click that,
Yeah,
and
okay.
it'll.
Piercing, I see.
Right, and then you give me that
7.
number. So 7. So you've done 7 piercing damage to this bear. Okay, you get your rapier out, which is it's kind of like needle-ish and small in comparison to sort of the size of the bear.
Stark has?
Huh?
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. What's impressive is that you sort of thrust your rapier right into the midsection of the bear, kind of definitely piercing a vital organ of some kind as the bear lets out a huge like yell. Like you've definitely hurt him badly. He's not dead, but you've definitely stuck him a good one.
Great. Can I move now?
Yes.
Can I run away?
Yes. Which direction do you want to run in?
Can I run past the other two? How far can I get?
You can run if you want to get past the other two. You can get as far as basically being amongst them again.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so lead the bear over to the other two. All right, good move.
Well,
Do you want to take any?
Me.
Have you got any bonus actions or anything that you could take at this stage?
do I?
You
bad.
might be able to use your Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action, which could be useful. We'll just see if you can.
Let me take a look at Glenn Windlehondel.
Windwinder.
Yeah, as a bonus action, you could use Bardic Inspiration and give.
You go on now. Now, do I just click on it?
No, this is one where you just would describe what it is you want to do. Like you would say, I use my Bardic
sorry.
Inspiration as a bonus
and
action
then
to
who you-
inspire.
Who you give it to? Yeah.
Oh, does it give to everyone? Or
No,
just-
you choose who you're. So imagine that
see.
you've run back to the group and you've gone, I'm just going to crack out a quick little poem either
Yeah.
to Daniel
Yeah.
or to Gak to inspire them in some
Yeah.
way.
Okay. So I pull the rapier out of the bear, and then I run, sort of screaming back to the others by the tree.
Sort of screaming.
Well, I'm trying to keep it together. I know that I'm a big guy, and I'm slightly embarrassed by the, but I'm a bard. What am I going to do? So then, I see Gak, and I decide to inspire him, to give him a shot, to prove himself, and mainly to. I think the bear's more likely to go for him.
Are you going to inspire him with a song or a poem or
A poem. And do I present it thusly?
can I hear it, please? Yeah.
Of course. Dear Gak, I like your cloak, and I like your back. You're not a joke. I like sex.
Feel really inspired.
Yeah, you're
I
now
got
going to get.
confused. Was that 5 lines? Anyway, I'm running, so it's all a bit of a jumble.
So as you're sprinting back in the direction of the trees, screaming, you're also looking right at Gak and you say, everything you just said with like a hurried breath. Gang, I love your cloak. You look really great. Trying to motivate him. It is now the bear's turn, and the bear is charging after you. And he is really quick. The bear kind of comes lumbering around the corner. I'm just going to quickly see if he spots you or not. Greg, that would just be a flat. Wisdom would be his perception, eh?
It's his passive perception, and I should probably roll stealth at that point.
Well, don't we just go off the roll that you did for your original hide?
Yeah, if you can see that, then yes.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, he doesn't. So he doesn't spot you. He comes charging through the woods, and kind of comes sort of, you know when like a cat like runs through a kitchen onto like a linoleum floor, and they sort of try to stop, but their back legs kind of skid out from behind them. That's sort of what happens to this bear as he spots the two of you. He is going to attack, however, Tomo. He's going to come in and he's going to have a crack at you. First of all, his massive jaws open up, and he goes to take a big bite out of you. But you manage to duck out of the way of that and avoid his teeth. At which point he spins around and takes a swipe at you with his claws, and you also deftly manage to kind of dodge those. So the bear has done nothing to you. He has a keen smell. He has advantage on wisdom and perception checks that rely on smell. Mind you, he's not really in a position to be smelling right now. So the bear's completely missed, which means Daniel, hidden in the bushes, It is your turn.
I would like to rage.
Nice.
I will lose my fucking cool, and I'm attacking him from hiding, so that means I get advantage.
So on your character sheet, I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you tick that rage box, it'll automatically start adding that damage. Yep.
No,
All
I've
right.
got that down. Yeah.
So get your advantage on and have a crack at him.
And I will attack with me war pick. So
all right.
I'll give that 2 rolls. Take the first one. Is an 11. That's not very good. So we're hoping that the next one is better. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Right.
Jeepers.
Right. I'm
So
war pick that motherfucker.
get your damage out.
Right, you little prick.
It's an incredible sight, especially for you, Gak, who this is the first time you've kind of been in combat with these gentlemen. Glenn, you've seen this before, and it's impressive every time you see it. This little halfling appears seemingly out of nowhere and essentially turns himself into a small land-born humanoid missile, charging with his war pick outstretched at the bear, and he plunges the war pick right into the midsection of the bear. The bear lets out a huge like a big howl. Again, not dead, but an incredible mortal wound has been dealt to the bear. He is bleeding heavily. There's some guts hanging out. Daniel has done a tremendous amount of damage to this thing.
And I will just scream at it, "Fuck you, you hairy cunt!"
Can you roll an intimidation check, please?
You fuck yeah. Let's do that.
The bear just kind of roars angrily back at you. He's sort of seems to be very, very enraged at this point.
And then I will take my move and head off somewhere off to the. I want to try and get out to the side, so beyond the Gak.
Right, so kind of out across the path.
Yeah.
Your movement is like 2.5 squares, so you're a little slower. So you can get to
about
about there, just sort of out of the way.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
That's good.
All right, so Gak, you're up.
I am stepping forward toward the bear. I'm going to do... what's that for? making sure that everyone else is out of the way, though.
What are you? Oh, so you're trying to get like in a place where like you're not gonna.
I don't want to hit Stan.
Right. Okay. So you stand between him and the bear then, and so it's just like directly in front of you. Yeah.
I unleash burning hands.
Okay. So how does that work? I need to make a saving throw against it, right?
I just click on burning hands, do I?
Yeah, I think so. And then it depends on whether I can save.
I think it will put the spell. It will put the description up. I think.
Just clicked on it. Rolling some dice.
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
No.
That was me that did that to see if the description came up. I have another. Yeah, go ahead and click on it.
Turn it again.
Okay. So what's my? Oh, I think if we click that, there's like an information situation.
Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw.
A dexterity saving throw. So what am I trying to beat?
You're trying to beat. Jared, you've got a on your spells tab. You'll have up the very top. You'll have a spell save DC at the very top of your spells tab.
Spell save DC 13.
Okay.
So you've got to beat 13.
With what? A dexterity?
Yeah, dexterity save.
The bear manages to it sees the fire. It takes half damage.
Takes half damage. Yeah.
Oh well, in that case, Christmas. Gak Thundercloud, describe to me how you kill this bear.
Oh,
amazing.
what?
Step forward. Hold on. Step forward, and I deliver the burning hands like this.
Just wiggling.
That right?
Just wiggling your fingers.
Yeah, but I look really angry when I'm doing it. Like that.
You wiggle your fingers around as flames, or have you got more? I'll take it.
That right, and then once it dies, I clap my hands together, and I'm like, "Oh my god, that was awesome!"
Okay, there is a smoldering, burning pile of black bear in front of you, and a very excited-looking half orc standing over it.
Is
Go
there
for high
any
fives all
sort
round.
High fives all round.
High five. I will duck under his high five and go straight up to the bear and see if I can butcher off some steaks.
Okay, give me a survival check for that.
Right.
Right.
Guys, just killed a bear, so
Yeah.
let's reckon.
Oh, would you
can I
shut
go
up?
up to the...
You're distracting me. I made a mess of it.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, the halfling walks over to the bear and immediately starts poking at it with his war pick, trying to slice some meat off. But it's also badly burned and charred. There's literally nothing to be had.
I fucking pricked its bladder and it's all tainted. It had a fucking full bladder. Fuck it.
I also
was angry.
ignore. Can I try to like cut off the hide?
The hide that was set on fire by Gak. Sure.
On the back. Well, I'll just see if I can salvage. I'm just quite into cloaks at the moment, so I'll see if I can make a cloak out of this.
Yeah. Well, Daniel had a crack at the meat, so if you want to go have a bit of a hack away at the hide, go for it. Roll a survival check for me as well. With disadvantage because it's on fire. So I need you to roll twice and take the lower. So roll again. Okay. Yeah, so 7. So you try to skin this bear, but honestly, like I don't know if you've ever smelt burning hair before, but it's just a big, disgusting clumps of like burnt hair and kind of melted flesh, and there's really nothing to be salvaged at this point. What you do notice, though, despite the fact that there's nothing to be salvaged from this bear that is singed and burnt and broken and dead, there is a really, 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 really pleased half orc, like tremendously pleased with himself right now.
I pick up some pieces of burnt flesh and hair, and I walk over to the half orc and go, "Well done." And I just hand him the stuff.
Just what?
I gladly receive it. gladly receive it. This, and then I go, it was a team effort though. Like when you poked it with your stabby thing, when you flew out of a tree with your own little pickaxe thing, and then I did that. Oh my God, was such a good team. I taste it.
Okay, can you just add into your inventory, which is pretty easy to do. You just kind of click the plus and just add it in. If you flick back over to your core is where you want to go, I think. Where you flicked over to spells.
It's down in the middle, isn't it?
Go back to core, you're down, and just kind of add a plus, and just add like 3 pounds of mushy burnt bear parts.
Bear parts.
I gotta say, I love the idea that he's just really proud of this pile of mush that is his first kill. mushy burnt bear parts. About 3 pounds of it. With no containment of any kind either. So like...
Oh, wait, I put 3. I didn't... 3 in the weight part, yeah?
Yeah, just put 1 in the amount and 3 in the weight. Mushy bear bits.
What's done now? I think I have to trash some shit. Oh, wait, 88.4.
No, you're okay.
No,
It'll tell you if you're over your weight limit. Hold on 1 sec. I'll be right back. 1 second. Like, you know, the trophy of the mushy bear parts. This is quite a nice place to, like, you know, we can pick up from here. Maybe sort of roughly around the same time next week. Sort of organize it and sort it out. If you guys want to begin winding up your evenings, or in the case of Christmas, kind of begin to put your day together. Because that was like a perfect little session, really. You got characters are rolled up. I mean, rolling up characters takes a little bit longer than you always think, but it's good fun to do. And I also think it's quite good to do together because it gives you guys a sense of what to play off of. But like, I love this. The D&D is so funny, man, because like it just, once you start rolling dice, it just lets everything kind of just happens, you know. I was going to say, Chris, we can, you know, if you guys want to sort of, we can like hold it there for now. And
yeah,
you know.
I mean, I've got a heap of stuff I need to get on with.
Me too. But like this is a perfect place to finish, I think. Like I personally I really enjoyed that. I feel like you guys have started to already get like a good little kind of rhythm going as a team. And I love the stories that come out of the dice rolls. Like just that whole moment of you guys kind of creeping up to the edge of the tree line, Tomo walking forward, trying to intimidate the bear, that failing, running back to you. And the fact that you actually would have got an extra D6 of damage
because of the inspiration.
Because of the inspiration. So you really were inspired by him to flambe that bear. And there's a beautiful character starting to emerge.
He didn't need to use it there. He could have used that inspiration to actually carve the bear up and get something proper out of it.
I like the idea that he just has a mushy receptacle of burnt. Like, it means more, I think. It's more significant, especially for the character that Christmas is putting together, that he's just immensely proud of this just pile of useless shit.
Proper trophy.
But yeah, like I said, guys, like,
his new cloak.
Did you guys have fun? Was that fun for you guys?
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Pretty good.
Let's just tee up we'll just chat over the Facebook or whatever, and we'll tee up a time to pick up from after the bear was done. And you guys can log into this Roll20 game at any time to like look at your character sheet and add extra bits to background or whatever, anything you might want to do. But like, that was dope, man. I had a really good time. You guys are fucking great.
Oh, cool, man.
Thanks,
thank you very much. It took me a while to get it to understanding, but I guess it's part of it.
Yeah, but like, do you know what I mean when I say that, like, it's the great thing about D&D is that you don't really need to have an immense knowledge of how it works, because at the end of the day, it all just comes down to you just decide what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, you just say, can I just walk towards the bear and try and intimidate it? And if you had have rolled high on that intimidation check, the whole situation would have gone a completely different way. The bear would have turned around and run away into the woods or whatever. you know.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, not knowing how it works and things like that is actually an advantage sometimes, because you just do things without thinking about the repercussions. Whereas I go, you're walking towards that bear, and I'm just going, it has 3 attacks. It's just going to smash you. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, there's no. It would really take a monumental leap of role playing. I mean, I hid.
Yeah, I mean, like that bear.
This is going south.
If the bear had have hit you with its bite or its claws, like it's not.
You're fucked.
You're really fucked at level 1. So the fact that it missed with both and all of you are unscathed, but that's also really beautiful because for Christmas's character, for like Gak Thundercloud, he's now completely naive as to how dangerous adventuring actually is.
Easy. Yeah, this is
really easy.
This is easy. I don't know why so many adventurers die. This is easy.
Well, thanks very much for checking that out. Like I said, it was short and sharp. If you are stuck with that, please do jump on to the second session. Like I said, we've got video there, so you'll be able to see what Greg looks like. You'll be able to verify that, yes, it is in fact Josh Thompson from New Legends of Monkey on Netflix there, the guy that plays Pigsy. He's up there. And if you're a fan of Jared, you'll be able to confirm, oh, yes, that is my favourite, formerly New Zealand citizen, now highly successful UK comic, Jared Christmas, kicking it over there. So, yeah, thanks very much. Like and subscribe. I guess hit the bell. We will be streaming these live to Twitch. The guys just wanted to be able to find their feet first. So pretty soon we'll be live streaming to Twitch. But yeah, thanks very much for hanging out. And leave a comment if we have grievously ruined some seriously canonical part of D&D for you. Please let us know. And if you have anything nice to say, this is the internet. What are you doing? All right, thanks.